The carnage of oil theft and its impact on Nigeria's economy continues to be emphasized by industry watchers as one problem that must be solved if meaningful progress can be made. Apparently, in a move to find a quick and practical solution to this menace and boost federal government's revenue drive, the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission recently embarked on two key projects aimed at enhancing transparency and accountability in the upstream oil and gas sector. This past Wednesday, the Chief Executive Officer of the Commission, Gbenga Komolafe, announced the implementation of this project at the inauguration of a metering, audit, and advanced cargo declaration project teams in Abuja. Recall that the Federal Executive Council had approved a $21 million contract to audit metering and measurement equipment in the 187 oil flow stations in the country, and also put in place an advanced cargo declaration solution. It can be recalled that the Federal Executive Council approved a $21 million contract to audit metering and measurement equipment in the 187 oil flow stations in the country, as well as put in place an advanced cargo declaration solution. Joining us now, we'll be speaking with oil and gas expert, Dr. Maduka Soniobi, and we do apologize that it won't be the early advertised guests who will come on after. Those are Chief Ijabo Sylvester and Dr. Ejairo. But for now, it will be Dr. Maduka Soniobi about this initiative, its conception, level of expertise needed for effective delivery, and whether or not there are contractual hangovers that may potentially sculpture the project. Good morning, Dr. Soniobi. Good to have you join us on the morning show today.
Good morning, my brother.
Right, thank you. Let's move straight to the point and essentially to discuss the issues affecting the oil and gas industry, particularly the area of oil theft. We know, of course, of the different initiatives by the Commission, by the federal government, to ensure that things get better. Just this July, we're being told by Mr. Gbenga Komolafe that there hasn't been any oil theft at all in this month of July so far, thereby, of course, improving the situation. What are your thoughts and convictions about what the federal government is doing to ensure that there's an improvement in the area of oil, generally oil and gas, and to reduce theft to barest minimum?
Thank you very much. Foremost, I want to say that oil and gas industry has always been a hotspot in terms of corruption and whatever. And for the director, I think there's nothing that's new that they've said. Is it going to be manualized, human interface? So is he going to have the same thing? And look at it this way. Apart from the oil theft, when you want to give a company such a huge contract, you look at your security situation. You look at your revenue. Now, before now, I think there was a contract that was announced by the federal government on the 15th of February 2023. Antasa, Nigeria Limited, and with other 4 companies attached, and that Wislow, Equal, Kama, and Veracity, making it 5. That contract is still in existence. It had not been reputed. I don't know why the federal government could not go back and check. That takes me back to the problem we have in this country. Every regime sees itself as a new dawn. I expect every government, whenever you come in, to go into archives, check the past, know if there's something that has been done on the past. But unfortunately, we keep on doing as if any regime is new. Let me tell you, in the Antasai contract, it was well comprehensive. Comprehensive in terms of not only talking about monitoring the oil and gas, we're talking about monitoring the cargo, the borderlines, both air, sea, and land. And this project has been on since 2004, which by March 9th, 2022, the Federal Executive Council, under Executive Order 003 and 005, gave consent.
Sir, sorry,
to continue.
You're speaking about the Antasa agreement with the other companies, but two of those companies, one MedTech Scientific Limited and the second Rosie International Limited, which were both given contracts with Antasa in 2021, were said to be in breach of the procurement law by the Bureau of Public Procurement. It said that MedTech is a healthcare company and Rosie is a property development firm and have no experience in this area and have never worked in this area. And so these previous contracts that were awarded with Antasa were muddled in corruption allegations.
On the contrary, because I think November 2022, there was a new inquest into what you just said. And if the federal government find Antasa culpable, they would have gone into asking the National Security Advisor, even the Bureau of Public Procurement, on the 10th of November or December, came out with certificates of no objection. I think people are just looking for a way to, close what should have been the best for Nigeria in terms of technology. As of today, many countries are going through technology. If you remember, even NETA, Nigerian Information and Technology Development Agency, they came up with a report. And it was seen that everything about Antasa contract was okay. I don't know why. Let me tell you, the new company that was given this, have they been able to meet international standards? Have they even operated in such sequence? Antasa have been in Ghana, Togo, Benin, and other international countries. Antasa is the one that is monitoring the oil in Qatar. So you cannot say they are not they are novice. Now look at the company that Nigeria gave this new oil metering. One, the company was established in 1996. And if you go through the CSC website, it has been inactive. Secondly, the company has a 1 million share capital base. By the Procurement Act, any company with 1 million share capital cannot be given any contract that is above the threshold of 25 million. But here you are, giving a company with share capital of 1 million, with billions of naira contract, which is contrary. And that's why I asked, were there any due diligence? Were there any national security advice? Was there any Bureau of Public Procurement certificate of no objection? We should have known, which was what was done during the Antasa contract award. And let me tell you, Antasa is not just about the issue about metering. They are going to give their own money. They are going to invest in their own money. About $52 million they are going to invest. So Nigeria is not losing any kobo. They are not losing one dime. But here we are, the little money we have, the little money we borrowed, we are spending it on some company that we have not even known whether they are international or whether they are known anywhere. They've not operated in such a frequency. So you can't just give your money that you borrowed and to some other person when other companies, other investors are coming to invest their money. They're not asking federal government one dime for the metering, for the surveillance, for trade, safety equipment they are bringing. They are about to deploy. So if you want to do this, and I'm sorry to say this, Nigeria may be going into litigation, and which be costly. You cannot just wake up and give a contract without due process, without asking questions. Why should we give a company that we are spending money on while investor is coming to spend their money, and at the end of it, every year, Nigeria will be entitled to at least $90 million every year. So which of them do we want? That's why I said that, unfortunately, oil and gas industry has bedeviled with a lot of issues, which is not good for our national brand. Why should we give a company that has not yet started anything? Look at even the threshold. So it is not something that somebody can be happy about. This is our country. We cannot milk our country and expect other countries to come. We are looking for investors. Why are you taking Antisai out of the contract? When they are coming with their equipment, they are coming with their metering, they are coming with everything. Apart from that, they're even going further to see how they can police our borders, to see how they can police whatever. Our cargo will be ECTN, Electronic Cargo Transfer Note, so that at every point in time, from the point of origination to the point of destination, there is a clear-cut cargo classification, cargo descriptions, and of course, it will help, one, to reduce leakages in our revenue. It will reduce over-invoicing, under-invoicing. Of course, safety and security is assured. These are the things you can look, if you go to look at Antasai website, which was what I studied. I looked at it before I came in. So why should government see this very good opportunity, a good investment, and then scuttle it for a company that is not even qualified in terms of their share capital? They're not qualified.
If I can come
and I keep asking myself, why is it that our legal officers and compliance officers cannot look deep, do thorough check? Can they do a search on a company before you give a company a contract? In fact, when you look at what I saw now, as I just looking up, I discovered that the CAC of P-Line was stamped 23 of July to revalidate that CAC. Meanwhile, the contract was given on the 13th. So how will you collaborate that? This is a country, for Christ's sake. Before you give such a contract, there should be a due diligence search. Who are the company's directors? Is the company active? But here you are, a company that is globally known in everything about international cargo tracking note. They will help our customs. They will help the shipper council. They will help our NPA.
Dr.
You know why?
If I can
Nigeria will not like this. Nigeria will not like this. Okay, yeah, go ahead.
If I can come in here, I mean, talking about this $21 million contract, which we know has been approved by the FEC for this project. Let's talk about the contractual challenges. I mean, you've spoken about, your worries about it, but it's gone forward. So let's talk about the risks that could potentially hinder the successful implementation of these initiatives. How can these risks be mitigated to ensure smooth execution? And do you think Nigeria has the necessary expertise and resources in-house, or will there be a need for another significant external involvement on this project?
Well, you and I, we know what Nigeria is all about. I look at the composition of the NEPRPC, and it's same Nigerians, it's same company, it's same staff. So what's new? Some people that have been operating your oil and gas, it's some people that you bring in as a committee to look into what is going to be happening. So it's something. There's not going to be any change. If you want a change, it should be radical. You don't bring old wine and put it in a new wine skin, and they think that the taste will be different. No, and that's why I was happy when this contract on the 15th of February was signed for Antisai, because this is international company. We're not going to have technical glitch. We're not going to have any problem in terms of sourcing, because whatever they are going to give us is going to be real time from the point of loading to the point of destination. It's going to be real time, and every department, every agency, we get report instantly. For instance, the NSA, we get a report instantly. Custom, all the agencies will get their report on real time. Now you're bringing in the same set of people to do the same thing. How do we want it to change? It's still the same manual. It's still the same human interface. If we want oil and gas industry to get over all this nonsense, all these corruption issues, we should get out of manual interface. Let's use technology. That's what is happening everywhere. You can't go to Saudi Arabia. I see anybody using manual. No, they are using technology to monitor the flow of their oil. Every drop of oil is recorded. But what do we have today? You know that there's no way, as far as humans who are still there are the same people who are manning this, whatever you call. It's going to be the same thing. So we need to leave this issue about, this traditional method of trying to pancake things, patch things. Now, other countries are moving. Ghana is moving. How can we still keep on doing the same thing and we're expecting different results? It's not done anywhere. Nigeria should move and take the bold step, get into technology, and all these things we fizzle out. And of course, the problem we have, let me tell you that the oil and gas is being headed by the president. So nobody tells him the truth. And nobody can talk to the president. The minister of state is just there. He can just say anything. But the major person is the president. So when a president is having such enormous power, who can talk? But if this ministry had been given to individuals, I know Nigerians would have been talking. But people are keeping quiet because it is the president, under president's purview. We need to get out of this traditional method of monitoring our oil, monitoring our borders, monitoring our cargo. And we have expertise. Have we checked the antecedent of antacid? Have we checked the antecedent of P-line energy? These are the things we need to collaborate and analyze. They are different entities. They are miles apart. This one is globally. Many countries in Europe are using it. So why must we be using the same method that are taking us down the line? We need to move.
All right, Dr. Obi, my question to you is this all about the fact that Antisa didn't get the contract? And that's why it looks like, all the things that you've been saying essentially is to show up support for Antisa. You mentioned the fact that part of what they would have been able to do if they had gotten the $21 million contract will be to also police our borders. I wonder why that would be necessary, given the fact that there is an existing a contract with Tompolos Tantita Security Services running into hundreds of billions already. How much money will Nigerian government have to pay just to make sure that we get back, we ramp up production and revenue, get back to 2.2 million, barrels of crude per day? Is this all about money and contract award, or is there something else that Nigerians do not know?
there is something else, and that is that I'm not talking about because I'm anti-SI. I don't know them, but I'm talking about what is on the ground. I'm using it as a case study. You don't use abstract. Use a case study. We have 2 case studies now. One, even recently on 21 million. Then the other one is the one that has been existing, the one that has been given out. Now, you talk about, yes, the monetary aspect is very key. Because as at today, Nigeria is going through serious financial problem, economic problem. So every kobo that Nigeria has must be judiciously used. We shouldn't use it because of anything called political patronage. And that takes me to 4 key problems we have in this country. And those 4 key problems is that, 1, Nigeria wants issues to be quickly fixed. Nothing is quickly fixed. 2, we want these shortcut issues. There's nothing like shortcut if you want to get to your destination. Nigerians want this issue about corruption. It's now embedded. In fact, it's becoming a problem. Then the 4th one is this political patronage index. And these are the core things that have been killing this country. Every country plan ahead. If I give you an instance like China, China has almost 50 years of planning program. If once a government comes in, it picks from where this one stopped and continue. So there's something you're looking at. But what I discover in this country is that whenever a regime comes, he jettisons whatever the other one has done and continue with another of his own new plan. And that new plan is going to be like a quick fix. Where's the shortcut? No. We must have strategies through a well thorough out planning process. And that is the best way we can go out of this economic mess or any of our development plans. So in this oil and gas, do we have a thorough planned process? Yes, we have enacted a law, PIB law. But tell me, since we enacted this PIB law, has it been able to be effective in monitoring our oil? Oil thieves are everywhere. They are still there. Undervalue, under-invoicing, over-invoicing, revenues are leaked every day. So if the minister is telling you that as at this moment, in a month, we've not lost anything, I think that is a fallacy. Because there's no evidence to show that there wasn't any loss. As at that time, as at now we're talking about, the metering has not been commenced. So how did he know there wasn't any loss? So I think Nigeria needs to wake up. And every morning, I always say it, in every word, our government should sit down. If you are looking for investors, look for investors that is bringing value to your country. You don't want to invest in a company that you are giving out the little money you have. We have a case study, which we are talking about, Antesa. Antesa is going to give us at least $90 million every year. Antesa we are not spending one dime to all this you're talking about metering. They are going to do the metering. Apart from that, they are going to do surveillance in our borders. They are going to do everything in terms of our cargo. And it's going to be real time. So what else do you want that you won't? But one thing I know is that the shipping lines, customs may not allow it. Because sometimes the manifesto or the bill of lading as put in portal of customs may not be the same. So now, if Antesa comes in, it's going to be a different ballgame. Because from the point of origin to your destination, everything is known. And it will help curb arms, infiltration of arms, hazardous goods, even fake drugs. Because they are going to monitor it, because they have inspectors all over the world. Now, P-line, is it just to come and mount metering and go? What other things? Nigerians have not even been open to know what exactly they are going to do Is it just put the metering, 21 million, you take and go? What else? But Antosai has a very robust clauses that will help us to navigate out of our problem right now in terms of revenue leakages, in terms of knowing the actual number of barrels that leaves our country, in terms of helping us in international trade affiliations. It will give even us more comfortable ideology in terms of contracting with other countries. There will be some kind of safe, there can be confidentiality. But what is P-Line bringing? That we are giving them $21 million just to meter. And this meter is going to be manualized, I know. It's not going to be technology driven. Even if it's going to be technology, who are the people who are going to drive this technology? The same Nigerians, the same set of people, the same people in that same organization, the same people in oil and gas. It should be taken out entirely from them and let external body handle that. Give report to all the agencies so that whenever a good is coming for declaration in custom has already gotten advance copy of the manifest or the bill of lading of whatever cargo is coming to this country. So what else is the best? Must we continue this machine out, machine in manifest? And now I heard that custom is been trying to float their own platform. And I was just laughing. A judge being a judge in his own court. Now, there must be separation of duties. Custom cannot be the one who you just give your manifest and they are the one going to value whatever you know.
All right.
There should be a little bit of validation assessment by other external body so that we can know, we can compare notes. It will help. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much, Dr. Maduka Obi. We get your point fully well, but the contract has been awarded. It has, the FEC approval, and it's just for 6 months, by the way, but your points are noted. So thank you indeed very much for joining us on the morning show today.